Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I am the Melanated Messenger, and I was drawn to do a goddess reading for the collective divine feminine today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I call on Archangel Michael for protection. I call on divine masculine and divine feminine. I call on universal and source energy, and I call on all six elements of the earth, fire, water, air, ether, and spirit. I'll be using my Goddess Power deck today. So I clear these cards and ask that nothing but messages of divine love come through them. A sword is done. Divine Holy Spirit, what Goddess cards do you have for the collective today? All messages of the highest divine truth, put in light. We're thankful and grateful for the messages that we're about to receive. So I'm going to pick 2 to 3 Goddess cards and read on the information. Divine Holy Spirit, what Goddess energy does the divine feminine collective need to hear at this time? What Goddess energy is the collective need at this time? So we had 2 that dropped out, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have Goddess Ariane Rod, which represents time, okay? So I do believe that this energy here, which is a number 3, is all about things happening in divine timing, okay? Um, to continue to work on whatever it is that you're working on, because everything is going to happen in divine timing. Everything is represented and happens at a divine timing. Okay. It's a time and place for everything. Just like the seasons change, everything changes within life and nothing stays the same. Um, when you plant, just like the grass and nature grows all on its own. When the season turns, the flowers bloom. Okay. When in the fall, the leaves fall from the tree naturally. Okay. So basically, there is a natural flow of divine timing and the law and order of divine timing. Okay. So, and then we have Goddess Ein adaptability at the top. So just being adaptable, being able to be flexible, and being able to go with the flow and show up in any situation. Okay. And be able to, flow with it. So the first card that came out was master number 22 here, which is Goddess Hestia, which represents home. Okay, Goddess Hestia. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hestia. She represents the home. Okay, and I'm going to read on this card briefly. Here we go. So, being at home in your own skin is what the Greek goddess of the hearth, Hestia, offers you today. When you're in alignment with your truest self, it's like everything you do suddenly fits and feels right. Now's the time also to look into your domestic environment, making sure you are surrounded by beautiful things that have a special positive meaning for you. Cleaning, tending to house, and taking care of simple things are what is called for now. Chop wood and carry water, as the Den Cone puts it. The answer to the big questions come on their own accord when you're focused on the small tasks. The goddess Hestia reminds you that when you are at home in yourself, you are at home in the world. Okay, so this is all about feeling at home in your body. Um, Also talking about, to me, being grounded, feeling safe, comfortable, and secure in your own body, moving from your most authentic self, being okay with who you are and where you are, no matter what's going on. Okay, this also speaks about the physical home. Okay, some of you could be relocating, I'm feeling. Okay, some of you could be moving to another home at this time, or either moving to another home soon. That number 22 is a master number. If you add that up, it's a 4, which represents home as well, like home stability. I feel like a lot of you will be coming into some type of stability as well. Okay, but I'm definitely feeling a move for a lot of people, possible travel. Okay, now the next goddess we have that wanted to come out, I'm not even surprised about this. Goddess Kali, which represents liberation. Okay, very, very powerful goddess coming through here. Okay, liberation. So I feel like a lot of you are being liberated from something, breaking the chains of something, breaking through things, and liberating yourself, freeing yourself from things that have kept you down or that have kept you bound for some period of time. 6 and 2 is an 8. Okay. So that may be auspicious for some of you. May have something coming in August. But let's go ahead and read on this card a little bit, because this is one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite goddesses. I work with Kali energy. That is one of my head goddesses. So let's see what the book says. You're being invited by the Hindu goddess of liberation and revolution, Kali, to address the aspects in your own shadow nature that have held you hostage to old ideas that no longer serve who you want to become. You can no longer define yourself by your victim story and expect to succeed in your life. There is a beauty in liberation that is deep, fierce, and courageous. It rises up the willingness to break the chains of the past in order to transform into something new. You may be afraid to set boundaries with others, but the goddess Kali has come to lend you your daggers, for you must cut ties with the familiar ideas about life that have determined your place in the world up until now. Have you been holding back on shining in the world because you are afraid of the reprisal or judgment of others? This helps no one. You must step into life authentic and glowing. Refuse to allow the potential judgment of others to affect you. Every day, claim your power to liberate yourself from caring what others think. When you are asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm, and to serve for the highest good of all, none of this matters, even if you must tear down what has been built. Kali will help you whenever you need to be courageous, even when you are most afraid. Be fierce and be loving and be willing to learn. Life will respond in miraculous ways. Yes, so Goddess Kali is the liberator, okay? She is the creator and the destroyer. Goddess Kali, she creates. She's also known as the mother, like the mother energy, the creation energy, and she also destroys. So she's the bringer and the taker, the giver and the taker. She'll give you life, and then she'll take that. She'll destroy what needs to be destroyed so that new life can be brought in. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you also could be going through ending cycles, completing cycles, so that you can begin another one. Tearing down old belief systems, old patterns, and ways of being, so that you can be more into your authentic self, your more truest authentic self, coming from a place of power and not ego. Okay. So Goddess Kali is a very powerful goddess. She is known as the destroyer. Okay. She destroys all things that are no longer serving you and allows for something new to be birthed and created and to be brought in. Okay. She's a mover and a shaker. Okay. If you have this energy, I have this energy, I'm embodying this energy at this time. She's a mover and a shaker. Okay. She also is the other form of Goddess Shakti, and Goddess Chinnamasta, I think is what it's called. And these goddesses are goddesses that work with the Kundalini energy specifically. Okay. So yeah, that's what I have for that. But I want to go ahead and also choose one of my other favorite goddesses that I have. And this goddess is in her own right, just as powerful, if you ask me. And that is Goddess Isis. Okay. Goddess Isis is a very powerful goddess. I work with this goddess almost daily as well. So this is one of my other goddesses that I work with. All right, so let's go ahead and I clear these cards and ask that nothing but messages of divine love come through them, and so it is done. Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the Divine Feminine Collective from the Isis Oracle deck? All messages of the highest divine truth, clarity, and light. I am thankful and grateful for the messages that we are about to receive. I'm going to shuffle 3 more times and take it from the top and the bottom. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. I see it's one person in here. Me myself, I'm not too big on I feel like when people need this message, they will come. I'm happy for the one little person that's in here. Give thanks. So we have the lunar queen of the celestial crescent. Very powerful energy here. Okay, because this right now, when Goddess Isis embodies the lunar queen energy, she's talking about the moon. Okay, and so in this energy within this card, she is embodying the queen of the moon. Pretty much, she's the queen of the moon, she of the celestial crescent. Okay, and the moon is very powerful divine feminine energy. That is very a very powerful energy to work with as well. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have Serpent of Fire. So this is real powerful energy here. Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Okay. Now, these cards right here ain't for play. Okay. Not for play. When I got this deck, maybe about a year ago, say a year and a half ago, I was midway through my journey. But after I got this deck and started, every card has a ritual on it. Once I started doing the rituals and actually taking them serious, my life started to change tremendously. Okay, so she is strong, divine feminine energy coming through here. Let me go ahead and grab that card. I want to touch on these cards real quick. Okay, because this is good stuff. It's basically talking about the sun and the moon, serpent of fire energy. Okay, that's more like divine masculine energy. And then you got the moon, which is representing divine feminine energy. So Goddess Isis plays several different roles here, okay, and within this deck. But if you notice here, she has a big snake around her neck. You see what I'm saying? And that just reminds me of that Kundalini energy again. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the Lunar Queen. Let's go on and do it. Let's go on and do it then. All right, here we go. So it says, there is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. So this is talking about releasing anything that doesn't serve for this cycle is completing up. Okay, so this is the cycle now they're saying of rest and replenishment. Okay, before you take action again. So yeah, this is almost to me like a healing energy. Okay. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. Okay, this oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. So like I said before, this is, like a healing or, dealing with things before you step into a new phase of your life, a new season. I've been right on the money with this. Well, actually, Divine Spirit has had the same type of energy to me within both sets of decks of cards. Okay. It says Isis, as the Lunar Queen, understands the cycle of creative power and flow. Okay. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Okay. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with the cycles of activity and rest and releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now. Realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. So basically saying that when you're trying to bring something in, when you are waiting on something to happen, when you're trying to manifest something, okay, they're saying release control and surrender how the outcome and how it's going to happen. Release all of that to the divine. Okay. So knowing when to exert your force and willpower and things of that nature, and knowing when to back down. Okay. Um. Okay. These are the questions they're saying you can ask yourself at this time. Do you need to be actively creating, but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it a time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any of the cards that you draw with this card to more fully understand which phase that you could possibly be in. And the other card is Serpent of Fire. So we might be talking about action for some of you. Okay. These cards will, they'll help you connect with your inner wisdom and guidance of your own body wisdom of the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. So this also talks about having patience when you are waiting for something to happen, having patience and having trust and faith in the timing. Okay. Like they said, sometimes things need to cook in the oven a little longer before they are done. The quiet times are dark moon energies, the times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, and you are in a need of replenishment and procreation. So sometimes, like I said, I feel like a lot of you are in a period of replenishment and rest. So being asked to stand still and just nurture yourself and go with the flow, to not force things too much to try to happen. Just kind of step back and surrender and allow the divine to do its work. Okay. And the other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung and it is time to get that delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold and take steps. These are full moon energies. Okay. So the full moon energies are telling you to act, and they're saying that, the dark moon is when you actually rest and replenish. Okay. Your body will help you know where you are at and what you need. Okay. The flow between the dark moon and the full moon and all phases in between is constant. And allowing that flow, even several times in a day or an hour, you will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest creative project after creative project. Should you so choose, you will feel great inner harmony, wellness, and connection. Okay. This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes productive behavior. Okay. The Lunar Queen is quite a radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdom and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom in as you learn to and operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive feminine way. Okay. This oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed. Okay. To honor your creative cycle for greater productivity and quality. Okay. So basically telling you to take a step back here. All right. Just knowing what the cycles are, basically. Knowing when to rest, knowing when to act, knowing when to, replenish, knowing what season you're in. Okay. And that's what I was kind of talking about with the other deck. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine, let the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Wait a minute, like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdom and supported by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. Okay? I like that. I love that card. She's talking about knowing what to do and when to do it. paying attention to your body and knowing when it's time to rest and fall back and knowing when it's time to get up and take action. Okay, I really like that. And in the back, there's an incantation. Okay, it says, "The lunar queen, Lady Isis, goddess of night, help me now to follow the neutral light of the shining moon in all her flow. I release force and fear. Help me let go. Guided by the crescent moon, now I am open to receive great boon." So it is. So these cars all have this thing in the back, and they all have, like something to say, which is beautiful. So moving along, yes, talking about that lunar energy, that is more intuitive, receptive energy. Okay, and I think a lot of us are in that nature, learning how to fall back and relax, learning how to not force things, and to be more receptive and open, and having trust and faith, and knowing that it's on the way, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, knowing that as long as you've done what you've done, sometimes you've done all the work that you can do, and then it's nothing else more for you to do is but to sit back and allow the divine to take charge and do what they got to do. Okay, and have trust and patience and faith in that time. Moving along to the serpent of fire. All right, let's get to this card. I feel like this is a very powerful energy as well. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Serpent of fire, priestess of the serpent sisterhood. So Isis, priestess of the serpent sisterhood and queen of the serpent of fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are growing and are more capable than you have been previously. Do not assess your current ability based on your past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before, okay, than you've ever been before. So you need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now, okay? So it's talking about, you being ready. You're growing, and you're not the same as before. You have grown quite a bit. It says the serpent head piece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent of Kundalini. Didn't I say that before? I said that on the money with it. I said that snake on there reminded me of Kundalini energy, which is very powerful energy. Let's get to it. Whoa. So this is all connected. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So yeah, the serpent head piece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent of Kundalini as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. This happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that as your inner energy and power is growing, now you will need to get used to new levels of strength. This means that you will need to adjust your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic empowerment. You will need to realize you are capable of more than you were previously, and you also may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, thoughts, and actions. Wow. Well, slap me in the face with a bowl of grits. A couple of these messages is for me, y'all. It's for me and y'all, but this one really smacked me in the face with a piece of tuna. Okay, because this is what I'm going through right now, and it's basically saying, with these new levels of power and these new levels of this powerful energy, then you have to be held accountable, more accountable for your words, your deeds, and your actions. This is a very strong energy here, okay? And it says right here, yeah, wait a minute. You will need to realize that you are capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper. Temper, that means bring it down some. So me balancing that Kundalini energy, because it's very fiery, it's very, forceful and aggressive. So balancing that energy so that the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy is, you're at a balance. Instead of being overly aggressive and forceful, I'm trying to be more in receptive energy. 444 on my phone. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. So But yeah, so I'm learning as I'm reading, and that was definitely a message for myself, who is in the midst of a Kundalini awakening as we speak. So learning that things have changed, and then learning how to temper my behavior, and my, and knowing that these words and have greater power now. My words, thoughts, and actions have greater power now. You know what I mean? So you got to really think about that. When you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, actions, and intentions gather potency more so than ever before. Your responsibility for what you put out into the world grows too. Okay? And I be knowing that too, because stuff quick. Oh my goodness. So yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Hmm. So yeah, just being accountable for it. And I be trying to tell myself that every day, but some days I have to say what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? Some days I'm gonna have to say what I gotta say, respectfully, but I'm still gonna have to say what I gotta say when it comes to certain things that I feel like are not correct or right. I'm definitely gonna let it be known. So, but definitely in a compassionate and respectful way as well. Okay. So let's see here. Your responsibility for what you put out into the world grows too. In the same way that a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. Okay? Isis can help you manage this process so that what you put out into the world comes from a place of wisdom and love, service and compassion, healing and awareness. One of the first lessons this card offers you is the recognition of your power. It is perilous to underestimate your spiritual power, as you can unintentionally create harm by not realizing that your actions and words have an effect on the world around you. And the effect of those actions and words comes back to you multiplied as karmic return. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm learning that real quick. Okay. Um, where we at? Serpent of Fire calls you to become aware of your power by having an open and curious awareness and noticing with detachment and clear perception the signs of confirmation that you do have an effect upon your surroundings. You can then manage your power with great wisdom. So that's where I'm at, in a place of managing my power. Okay. Managing my power and knowing how I affect things around me. Because, unknowingly, we still, like I said, be thinking that you still, who you used to be, and you're really not. You've really grown tremendously. So, with the Kundalini energy stepping in, that's a confirmation anyway. But then just recognizing what it is, because, like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Woo! Come on now. If you have pulled this oracle along with the Eye of Horus, and I pulled that yesterday, okay, then you must be particularly careful with your thoughts, asking that any negative thoughts be cleared when you catch yourself thinking in such a way, which I do, because this stuff ain't for play. Your mind has a lot of power, and sending negative or vengeful thoughts towards another, even if in a rash moment of anger, can be harmful to them. If you catch yourself doing this, it is extremely wise to go into your heart and apologize to them and send them love, even if it's just someone walking down the street or driving a car, and the entire process happens in only a matter of seconds. The second lesson of the Oracle of the Serpent Fire is to trust in the process of the inner fire and what is being burned away. Just as the serpent sheds a skin to reveal itself anew, there are changes happening inside of you, and some old identities, beliefs about yourself and others, old habits or patterns of behavior that will not survive the growth into the next expression of you. Whilst you will likely be happy to let these go, there can be uncertainty, and a sense of not knowing who you are anymore as you transition between the old and the new expressions of yourself. This is all so familiar to me. All so familiar. But definitely, so with this card coming out, there has to be a lot of other people in the collective that's going through a Kundalini. I don't know of anybody besides me that's going through one, but I'm sure across the world, somebody else is going through this Kundalini awakening. And if so, if you just so happen to see this video and you are going through a Kundalini awakening, I would like for you to leave me a comment, um, and let me know what you're experiencing and what part of your awakening you're in. Because me myself, I don't know anyone else besides me that's going through a Kundalini awakening. This is brand new to my. This is brand new to me, and obviously I can't even talk to anybody around me because they have no idea what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through. So it ain't like I'm trying to get me a little Kundalini group going, possibly, of people that know where I'm coming from, know what the experience is like, and maybe, possibly we can uh you know gather sisterhood, brotherhood, brother sisterhood, some type of, to for each of us to have some type of understanding as to what this is and what we're going through. Because until you go through something like this, you really have no idea what this is about. And this stuff ain't for play. Like I'm gonna say that it's a beautiful thing happening, but the symptoms and the things that I'm going through and my body is went through are unexplainable. You have no idea. I'll say that. You have no idea. But I know I'm being prepared for something much more powerful, something big. Like I said, because I don't know anybody that's going through this personally. I don't. You know, I don't even know anybody that knows what Kundalini is. Okay, so just with that being said, I'm gonna start making some videos about my Kundalini awakening and some of the things that I have been experiencing and some of the things that has happened, because it's really been a journey, and I don't know when, if this is just gonna be with me forever or is it gonna stop eventually. I don't know. Let me finish reading this card though. Let's see. Where was I at? My leg is killing me right now as we speak. The second lesson of the oracle. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Uh-huh. Whilst you will, whilst what? Okay. Whilst you will likely be happy to let go, there can be uncertainty and a sense of not knowing who you are anymore as you transition between the old and new expression of yourself. This is a sign that you are growing in a profound way, and rather than something to be avoided, it can be embraced as a confirmation of this growth. Lady Isis, priestess of the serpent sisterhood, understands that in the growth of spiritual power, old forms are burned away to allow for new life to emerge. It is safe to trust that any endings or discomfort as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar in your life now are signs of your growth and are to be celebrated. Okay? So this is something to be celebrated. Um yeah. So let me go ahead and recite this. They have a little incantation on the back of here for people that are trying to awaken their Kundalini energy. I hear a lot of people are trying really hard, meditating 24 hours a day and doing different things to try to bring this Kundalini on. Me, myself, I must have already prepared for this lifetimes before, because I meditated, but I wasn't like a Buddha that was meditating every day in and day out. I just started working on myself spiritually. I got this deck, and then bam, all of a sudden on December 21st, everything kicked in. And I tell you what, I didn't know what was going on. Okay. But that's a whole nother story. So I'm gonna say this juice, because it's juice. I'm gonna say that for another whole. I'm gonna make a series of Kundalini videos. So, anyways, this is the Serpent of Fire healing ritual incantation. Serpent of fire, rise above, filled with unconditional love. From the base of my spine to my heart, your ascending fire now does start. To cleanse, to release, begin, rebirth of myself now from within. From my heart to the crown of my head, burning away energies dying or dead, igniting new life, new love, new fire, serpent of fire, rising higher. Wow, so it is. Okay. Dang, I just felt different even saying that. Don't start rising now, Kundalini, because I can feel my energy. I be feeling it sometimes going up my back. And I tell you what, it's the weirdest feeling in the world. Okay. And then it goes up into your head. Then you start seeing clicks of light. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get that out. Okay, so basically, like I said, we went from divine feminine to divine masculine, but really the Kundalini energy is both energies embodied One, the whole mission of the Kundalini energy is to go within, and Shiva is the male version, Shakti is the female, and these two energies meet in your body and bring in come to balance. They call it the marriage. Them two intertwining as one. Okay, and that's called full awakening and full enlightenment. But it doesn't happen overnight. Most people's Kundalini energy, I've heard, can last up to 3 years or more, going through each chakra within the body, cleansing anything that is needing to be released, all the way up into the crown. So hopefully, one day I'll be into a place of mastery in this lifetime. So yeah, but what I get out of both of these cards is, this is a very powerful time right now, is what I'm getting. Okay. This is a very powerful time right now, especially for the divine feminine. Okay. Um, it's talking about, being receptive, being compassionate, and being loving with the lunar queen, knowing how to work with the energy of the moon and the cycles of the moon. Okay. Knowing when to take action, knowing when to step back, knowing to rest, and when to replenish. Okay. Um, and then on the other hand, you have the serpent of fire, which is talking about fire energy, Kundalini energy, um, fire in the belly. You feel me? That creative energy, that sexual energy. Kundalini is known to be a sexual energy as well, tantric energy. So it is talking about being able to balance that energy because it's very hot, fiery, aggressive energy. Okay. And it comes with a lot of power. So it's talking about learning how to stay. Any people, even if you're not going through a Kundalini awakening, it's talking about learning how to balance that energy. Okay, learning how to be in a place of balance and not being overly aggressive or overly explosive. Because I noticed with me going through this Kundalini awakening, I can go from 1 to 10 within 2.2. Like, I mean, it's the energy is quick. All of a sudden, I'm here, something happened, bam, I'm there, flip. So, I mean, the switch is it flips quickly. Okay, so I'm noticing that within myself. So now, like I said, I'm in a place of trying to balance this Kundalini energy within my body so that I can be in a place of power, but not ego, and also knowing how to direct my power with my actions, words, and deeds. Knowing that also there's a karmic whatever I put out into the world, being so powerful, if it is negative in any type of way, shape, fashion, or form, it can come back to me very quickly. So knowing that with great power comes great responsibility will stop me from doing a lot of things, you know what I mean, that I know, and that's just me anyway, you know what I'm saying? I try to do the right thing, but, there's times where, you really have to say what you got to say. And then, if I have to go behind it, like they said, and apologize for what I've said within my heart and send that person love and light if I had any ill intention about thinking, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But just knowing that this is serious business. We're in a time of, big awakenings, big transformations, big things happening. And knowing that, to me, this is also talking about stepping up into a higher place of leadership or ability. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may be stepping into psychic abilities with these two cards coming out. You're talking about the lunar energy, which deals with intuition, which deals with psychic abilities. And then you're talking about Kundalini energy, which activates all these things within your body. Okay. So, stepping up into a place of leadership, stepping up into a place of power, knowing how powerful you are, and being graceful with that. You know what I'm saying? People with power don't go around saying, I'm powerful as hell. Watch me do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're powerful, it just shows. When you walk in the room, you move the energy in the room without even knowing it. You come in the door, it's just before you get to the door, people are already opening it up, walking with that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, but like they're serious though. Yes, that's how you do. So I'm learning a lot about this. It's been a hell of a journey and I'm still on it, but I appreciate every day of it. I'm grateful. So with that being said, let's go ahead and draw a couple of these angel cards to see what's going on. See what the angels have for us. Which one am I going to do? We're going to go ahead with the You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do the energy oracle deck. That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, when you powerful, you just are. You know what I'm saying? When you step into your power, you know that, and others know it as well. You don't even have to say a word. You know what I mean? You don't have to say anything because your energy and the way you carry yourself speaks multiple. It speaks in multiple ways. You know what I mean? Multiple. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what the energy oracle deck has for us. I clear these cards and ask that nothing but messages of divine love come through them. So it is done. Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for my divine feminine collective today? All messages of the highest divine truth, clarity, and light. We are thankful and grateful for the messages that we are about to receive. That don't want to go in. 3 cards right there. Let's see what we got. Okay then. I'll tell you. What did I say? It's like, nah. All right. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Angel of Strength. So once again, kind of like that solar plexus energy, that fire energy, that willpower, that confidence. You know what I'm saying? That strength. So having that inner strength and inner willpower to get things done, to do what you want to do. Right under that, you got the door to spirit. Blow. Okay. So yeah, this is a lot of ways talking about inner strength and knowing that you have a strong connection to spirit. For a lot of you, this is talking about the door to spirit is open right now for you. Okay. So a lot of you may be experiencing specific dreams. Goodness, we got the throat chakra card right here too. My throat is okay. So like I said, a lot of you could be having dreams or having different signs, some type of intuitive hits, anything. But I feel like it's really strong spiritual energy at this time. And you're having the inner strength and inner willpower to see these things, to recognize them. Okay. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. Some of you may be a Leo. Okay. But, and then this could also be speaking of August because August is coming up here. Okay. So this could also be talking about that Lionsgate portal that they say is opening up in August. Okay. So just making sure you have a strong relationship with spirit. Okay. At this time. Okay. So let's see. We're at the top of the deck. Yeah. Wow. Okay. A lot of you, like I said, top of the deck, we got the root chakra, Archangel Michael. A lot of you may deal with Archangel Michael, or he is definitely working with a lot of you at this time. We have the root chakra card here coming through, talking about that base chakra. Once again, that's where the Kundalini energy sits. So talking about comfort, talking about stability, talking about being rooted and grounded. Some of you, this could be talking about roots, your ancestors. Next to the family card, this could be talking about ancestral connections here. So a lot of you could be connecting with your ancestors at this time. Also with the family card, some of you could be getting back together with family, being around family a lot at this time. Being around people that you're connected with. Okay. Some of you could be seeing rainbows and things of that nature. Okay. 3 cards that came out. One of them was the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Talks about the throat chakra, which talks about, this is the 5th chakra, and it speaks about communication, okay, of all kinds. All right. This also speaks about using your voice, expressing yourself when need be, sitting in your powers, speaking your truth, true expression, true authentic expression. Okay. And this is also speaking about telepathy, okay, being connected with your spiritual team or somebody that you may be telepathically connected to, because we do have the Caring Connections card here. Okay. So you could be in a connection that you are telepathically connected with this person. If not, this is speaking about some type of communication that could be coming in about some type of close connection that you're in to bring about this balance. That's the other card that came out. Balance. The Angel of Balance is here. And I just did a long speech and lecture on balance. So balancing that energy, So yeah, definitely spirit is definitely in this building today, working with me as my crown chakra is tinkling as I speak. So yeah, some type of connection that's going to be brought back into balance here. With the angel of balance being here, there's some type of connection, close caring connection. That's like the two of cups, okay, in this deck. Could be being brought back together around this time, okay? Yeah, bringing balance into any type of connections. You could have communication coming in from a specific person that's wanting to communicate with you or wanting to connect with you, okay? Also with the throat chakra, it could be talking about, like I said, and then with the door to spirit card coming out as well, it could be talking about your spiritual connection to your spiritual team, communication with them, okay? Could be very strong right now. Some of you could be channeling information from spirit at this time, okay? I'm trying to see what else I get y'all. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling though, pretty much. Universe bringing into balance. That's like karmic justice and balance being brought into situations that you may have disconnected yourself from. I feel like these one or two of these connections could be being brought back together, or you will be hearing some type of communication from somebody that just wants to come in and apologize, possibly, and just make a peace offering, possibly, to make things right, to bring in this balance. Okay. Look here. I done been on here. I might as well finish this hour out, okay? Rocket. Rocket. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I got more decks on more decks than you can imagine, looking motherfuckers. Like, all right, let's go ahead. I'm being drawn to pick a card from the Wisdom of the Tail. I don't use this deck too many times on here, but I love this deck. It's so cute. It's very wise. This deck is a filled with wisdom. You feel what I'm saying? All right, let's see what we got for the collective divine feminine. I clear these cards and ask that nothing but messages of divine love come through them, and so it is done. Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the divine feminine collective at this time? All messages of the highest divine truth, clarity, and light. Okay, we got one that just dropped out. I am thankful and grateful for the messages that I'm about to receive. So I'm going to get two more cards. Divine Holy Spirit, please give me a couple more cards for the Divine Feminine Collective. One more card. All right, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Bottom of the deck, we have communication. What did I say? I can't make this shit up. Thank you, Spirit, for really working with me on during this reading. I'm glad my spiritual team is here working very closely with me. Because once again, we got communication. Like I said, we just had the Archangel here that was representing communication. Look, yes, I'm getting the card, y'all. I want to see it. Yeah. So we just had this represent communication with the throat chakra. And this is Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Once again, we have communication coming through. So like I said, there is some type of communication coming through. All right. Yes. It says use your powers of communication to win over others. Convey your thoughts through empathy and articulation. Your voice has to be heard because the matter commands attention. Patience and skillful communication is needed at this time. Okay. And right under that, look, the moon. I can't make this up. We just did a whole thing about the moon. There's the moon energy again. We do have a full moon in Aquarius coming up. So, yeah. The moon says you are wandering between the jubilant world of fantasy and reality. All is not as it seems. Enjoy the sensuality and the sensitivity that the current energy brings. Yet the heightened emotions may not be stable, so avoid making big decisions at this time. Yeah, so there's some type of communication coming in Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer or Pisces or had it in your chart. But we're definitely in this moon energy right now, because that is something about that. And then look at here, karma. Been talking about karma the whole time. Okay, let's see. Look, justice. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, but I said something about justice. I can't think about what that is. The universe executes a precise order of justice. Karmic debt is being Karmic debt is being reconciled at this moment. The matter is no longer in your hands. Take a deep breath and go through it. Okay? So a lot of you are receiving justice at this time. Okay, this was at the top of the deck. A lot of you will be receiving justice at this time. If you're dealing with some type of court situation, I feel like justice will go in your favor. Also, any karmic situations I said before are going to be balanced out. Okay, a lot of you are completing cycles and bringing balance into situations, and some people are just cutting things completely. Okay, but yeah, there's a lot of karmic debts being paid at this time. First card that wanted to come out was change of direction. This card says change is necessary and inevitable at this point, and it is in your favor. Your intuition has been alerting you that a change in your approach and outlook must occur. Now's the time to act. Make your move. So this is speaking about change of direction, things changing. Some of you are being asked to move into a different direction, to change something that you're doing. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you will be changing residence. Some people will be moving from a state to another city, maybe a house, moving from one house to another. Okay. But there is a change of direction in the air. All right. Next card we have is Goddess Kuan Yin, compassion. And this card says, all is well. Understand your present situation through unconditional love and forgiveness. Embody compassion and open your heart to kindness. Kuan Yin is here to protect and heal you. You and your loved ones are safe. This is a very important message to me. I love Kuan Yin. That's another goddess that I work with a lot. So yeah, she's saying come from a place of an open heart, love, and compassion. She's here to help protect and heal you. Okay. And telling you that you and your loved ones are safe. You can't beat that. Last but not least, we have the God of Wealth that wanted to drop out. So there's some money on the way. All right. There's some money on the way. So if people who have already, a lot of people are coming into their money, this could have already happened to you, or this could be happening to you at this time, or this could be on the way real soon. I love this card. Very powerful card here. Okay. So the God of Wealth represents metal, Keishin. Okay. The money God is knocking at your door. Open it and welcome him in. This is not only a sign of monetary gain and financial success, it also portends to good fortune in all things: health, relationships, family, and career. Okay. So definitely, I feel like this change is like, change is coming in. The change that's coming in is that things are going to go in your favor, because this is karmic justice that's been paid back for hard work in the past, that you've learned, lessons that you've learned in the past, things that you've learned in the past, or whatever karmic debt that you've been working on is been paid off, is coming into balance, or things that were unjustly done. There's a change in direction here. So if things were not going in your favor, things are the table turning here. Okay. Things are about to go in your favor here. Okay. We got the God of Wealth here. All right. Not abundance, but the God of Wealth, saying that everything in all good fortune in all things. Okay. Then you have Goddess Kuan Yin here, who is helping protect and heal you as you change and move into another direction here. Okay. Justice being served. Ashe. All right. So what? 54 minutes. I'm gonna pick one more card. I'm gonna end this at about an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a few cards from the Angels Answers deck. Why not? Why not? Go on, do it. I wasn't feeling that you know what? Not today. Not today. And now I'm feeling much better. God is good. I clear these cards and ask that nothing but messages of divine love come through them, and so it is done. Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for me from the Angels Answers deck? All messages of the highest divine truth, clarity, and light. I'm thankful and grateful for the messages that I'm about to receive. Okay. Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for my divine feminine? What messages do you have for the collective of the divine feminine? All right, we got 3. That's cool. The bottom of the deck we have if you believe. So if you believe in something, it's definitely going to happen. We need your faith and belief in it for it to occur. Some of you need to forgive someone. We have forgiveness under that. Top of the deck, we have let go. Okay? Let go because you need to get more information, is what they're saying at the top of the deck. Get more information and let go. They could be talking about let go of a person, place, or thing. Or for some of you that have manifested something and are waiting on it, they want you to let go of the outcome and an expectation and just surrender that to the divine and know that it's coming. Okay? The other cards that came out are some of you need to reconsider about something. Okay? You made a decision and the universe is asking you to reconsider. Okay? That means give it a second thought. You may change your mind. The next card we have is helpful people. And I love this card because this card talks about having helpful people in the seen and the unseen world. So this is angels, ancestors, your spiritual team, your guardian angels, knowing that you are surrounded by angelic support, okay? And, in human form and in the spiritual realm. And the last card is this situation will improve. So there's definitely some type of improvement coming towards divine feminine. Situation is going to improve, knowing that you have help and support around you, that you're not alone. Some of you are being asked to reconsider something at this time and forgive someone as well. Okay. And yeah, that's what I have for you. I really didn't know where this reading was going to go when I started, but I feel like it turned out pretty well. I did a lot of extensive talking about the Divine Feminine, the Isis cards. Well, I done picked from quite a few decks and did quite a bit of talking. Like I said, I will be making more videos about my Kundalini awakening and my Kundalini experience. I really feel like that's something that needs to be talked about and addressed. Possibly get me a group going or something of that nature. Even if it's just not about Kundalini energy, I'm going to get me a spiritual-based group going. I'm being called to do that at this time, to create a spiritual-based group. I don't know what it's going to be called and anything like that right now. But if you are interested, let me know, okay? And that's all I have for you at this time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Peace, love, and light.